definitely about to find out because the green flag is coming out right about now. And a great jump off the outside for George Egbert. Man, it almost seems unfair when you start next to somebody named Egbert. Oh, and we've got Ronnie Ellis Jr. already smacking the Ute tire at the bottom of turn number 2. Had a little bit of help, I do believe, from Eggs Benedict there in the 77A. Don't think it was intentional, but I'm going to be using that all night long. Your IMCA classes are going to have 20 cars in their features. They're going to be 20 laps in distance. Tom's Modifieds are going to have 24 cars start. It'll be a 25-lap feature for the Touring Outlaw Modified Series here tonight at Heart of Texas Speedway. Green flag back out for Ken Parker Services Incorporated IMCA Stock Car Heat Race number 1. And once again, it's George Egbert getting out to that top spot. White right behind him in the 64 machine. Go ahead.
14 trails out of the turn there, gets a little loose and kind of cuts up the middle, but he's able to hold on to it. Spillman going to take his spot.
Hobbs driving that 14 machine in the back of the pack, hangs on to it as George Egbert leads lap number 1. White in the second spot in the 64 machine, but here comes Eggs. It's going to be scrambled coming into turn number 3. Looking underneath, maybe a little over easy. I don't know. Over medium, however you like them. I think over medium in particular is just being a little picky.
I don't know. Maybe a little runny at this point. But here comes Benedict on the backside of the 64 down the back straightaway. Here into turn number 3, he goes low. The 64 goes high.
Eggs Benedict. I'm going to forget the guy's name is Aaron. I'm just going to start calling him Eggs.
You can thank Chris Wright for that.
Hanging on to that third spot right now as we complete lap number 3 of 8. Still George Egbert out front. Going to be coming to the cross flags halfway down, this time by Ken Parker Services Incorporated Heat Race number 1 for the IMCA stock cars. Almost contact there with Spillman in the back of the pack. Looks like 7th right now, getting underneath the 113 machine of Cheney. Spillman slings the car to turn number 1. Slides up the racetrack, not going to hang on to it. Benedict again, Jeff, looking to the inside of that 64 machine. It's White right now with the spot. 5 down, 3 to go in heat race number 1 for the IMCA stock cars. The Ken Parker Services Incorporated IMCA stock cars tonight. Going to be coming to 2 to go this time out of 4, Jeff.
Egbert loves that outside line. He's running it high and he's running it hard. Benedict trying to pass on the outside. 2 laps to go. He's barreling down on the inside of the 64. The 64's got to watch it.
You can already see the top of turns 3 and 4 starting to slick off a little bit as George Egbert trying to find the more shoe. The white flag will be out this time around. 1 more lap to go in Ken Parker Services Incorporated heat race number 1. Egbert with a pretty sizable advantage as we negotiate the backstretch for the final time. Jeff into turn number 3. Don't think White's going to be able to do anything with it. Lap car gets crossed up. Egbert comes underneath. The Lone Star waves, and heat race number 1 in the books, Jeff. It's Egbert with the win, White in second, and Eggs Benedict. We'll be looking to that outside and see if Roberts can get a good start just like Egbert did last time. Obregon on the inside of that front row, going to be side by side on the 4. The green flag waves, and they're dead even at the start-finish line, Jeff.
That means that end's starting to firm up a little bit.
Absolutely, but Obregon, no, excuse me, that's Roberts on the outside of the turn number 2, going to take the lead down the back chute. We got 1 crossways. Down the backstretch into turn 3, looks like everybody going to stay clean and green. And look at Smith around the outside, taking over the second spot.
Weston up 3 positions already.
Weston Abbey out of Comanche, Texas, looking to take over 4 spots there, Jeff. Looks to the inside of Robert Black at turn number 2.
Back straightaway into turn number 3. Orball on the inside of Abbey.
Oh.
Contact in turn 3 out of 4. Orball spins it out there in turn number 4.
And I tell you what, I'm going to brag on Stephen Orball there for just a second. That could have been, hey, I'm going to take you out. And Orball just did his best to not spin the other car. I do believe it was Abbey he tagged the back of there. Not on purpose. Orball did the right thing, spun himself instead of his competitor.
I'll tell you what, Orball's had a reputation of being a very clean racer. It's one guy, it's a good stand-up guy right there.
Definitely living up to it right there as we got some contact up front. It's Obregon tagging the back of Dylan Smith coming into turn number 3. A little bit of a love tap. We're playing bumper tag as we cross the halfway mark. 4 down and 4 to go from Flagman Joe.
The 03 Roberts still your leader. Smith on his tail, little contact out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, barrels into 3, takes that middle line.
Middle line is looking like the good one right now. You see a little bit of dust kicking up off the top side of turns 3 and 4. It's still Roberts out front with 5 down and 3 to go. The Thrill Show looking to the outside in turn number 1, going to try to cross over. Not going to happen as Roberts just slams the door out of turn number 2.
Weston Abbey trying to move in on the inside of the 07. 2 to go this time around.
Just about side by side, Jeff, on turn number 4. Roberts pushing wide. The car gets snug on the exit. Smith not able to capitalize, but Orbaugh right there behind. Excuse me, it's Obregon in the 39 machine. Gonna be the white flag in the air this time by Weston Abbey. Still duking it out with Robert Black for that 5th spot. Remember, only the top 2 go to the redraw.
Abbey trying to pass on the inside, comes up a little short. Smith's got turn 3 on lock.
Oh!
Inside, out of 4. It's going to be the 03E, Dylan Smith.
With a last lap pass right out of turn number 4, Jeff, the 03 of Roberts getting snug on the exit once again, and that's all it took. On heat race number 3, the Ken Parker Services Incorporated IMCA stock cars going green this time around.
Looks like a good clean start down the front stretch. Contact on the backside of turn number 1, bunching them up in turn 1. The 20K of K's.
Out of Hobbs, New Mexico, one of those long toes going to stop it in the bottom of turn number 2. Looks like Zach Spillman. Is that Ramey in the 71?
71 KR.
Yes, sir, absolutely. And this 872 of Robert Scribner along with Tyler Moorehead in the 22T. Green flags out. Oh, and Jason Batt getting to get. Oh, wow. Kevin Ramey gets involved there. Jason Batt going to bring it to a stop at the top of turn number 2. The yellow flag's out again. You can watch them anytime you want if you don't want to purchase the live broadcast. Also, that live broadcast comes with a 14-day trial of On Demand. So after the race, if you purchase this race, you get access to that service for 2 weeks for no extra charge. You can cancel it anytime you want as we go green out of turn number 4. It's Lord and Flying Joe O'Brien. I love that nickname, too. I might hang on to. Oh! There's some contact from Scribner. That's Robert Scribner in the 872.
Scribner in the low side of turn number 3 drifts back to the middle. Middle starting to cure up a little bit.
Absolutely. That top side, middle to the top side of turn number 3 and 4 is just black as it can get right now as Joe O'Brien leads a finally completed lap number 1. And stretching it out there just a little bit, laying the keys on the front desk and trying to check out on the rest of the field out of turn 4. I'd say about a half a straightaway advantage already as we complete lap number 2. Look at that side-by-side battle there. Kevin Ramey and Tyler Moorehead side-by-side on the turn number 2. Moorehead looks to the top side of the racetrack. Ramey with some serious problems right now in the 71 KR. The car very snug through the slick.
Scribner on the backside of the 131 trying to work the inside. They wind up working the middle down in 3. Here comes Scribner. Contact.
Oh! Scribner not getting the slide job cleared. Lord going to spin it around at the top of turn number 4, Jeff. Flying Joe O'Brien leading the thing. 4 down, 4 to go. We've crossed the halfway mark. Heat race number 3 for the Ken Parker Services Incorporated IMCA stock cars. Going to be going green this time out of 4. Lights are out, ladies and gentlemen. Flagman Joe going to let them loose.
And turn number 1, the 131 on the outside of the 71 KR. Barreling into turn number 3. Got some glowing underneath the rear there. Out of 4. Cross flags are out. We are halfway.
That's right, Jeff. Showing them halfway this time by UC Ramey hanging on there in that 4th position, struggling a little bit on that restart. Lord gets around to the 131 machine, like you said just a moment ago. Joe O'Brien out front, though. Tyler Moorehead closing the gap quickly, Jeff. Around the outside of turn number 1, look at Moorehead. Only about a car length and a half behind the 14 of Flying Joe O'Brien. O'Brien going to come to 2 to go this time around. 2 more times around Heart of Texas Speedway. Ken Parker Services Incorporated heat race number 3. Jeff, what do you think about it?
I think O'Brien's got him a pretty formidable lead. He's starting to put some distance between him and the 22T. Into 3, he takes the outside line and holding her pretty steady. White flag for O'Brien.
Yes, sir. One more time around Heart of Texas Speedway. White flag in the air. Joe O'Brien hanging around the top side of turns 1 and 2. You watch O'Brien come in, he's finding the cushion, looking for the grip, and look at Lord, just slings right up there as the Lone Star going to wave. Lord going to loop it in turn 4. O'Brien with the win. Moorehead in 2nd, and it's going to be Kevin Ramey bringing it across in 3rd. Once again, only the top 2 will go on to the redraw for the feature.
Jay Riddle in the 35 from Box Spring, Texas, and Caleb Crenshaw in the 6C.
Green flag is out, ladies and gentlemen, and Granzer gets the jump off the outside as the field comes into turn number 1. Look at Wade White on the bottom of the racetrack trying to make something happen in the 68. Gets a shot in the shorts from old Dennis Bissonette in the 07D. We got 2 together down at the bottom of turn number 4. White gonna stab the throttle through the infield. Looks like he might lose the bumper cover. And out front, it's Granzer. Leighton Keys on the front desk getting checked out on the rest of the field. All the commotion happening behind him. He just stabs the throttle on the right and gets gone.
He's got toenails in the carburetor at this point.
Walking the dog down the backstretch is your leader, the 10G. But Mr. Granzer, second spot right now, Warringa in the 22. That's your second and final transfer to the redraw. But look at the bottom of turn number 4. It's Andy Roller inside, excuse me, takes the spot at the line.
And Bissonette hot on their heels. Bissonette going to try to close in the gap. Caleb Crenshaw's found him a good running spot on the outside. He's making it work in his favor.
Absolutely, as we cross the halfway mark, 4 down, 4 to go from Flagman Joe. Your leader, still Granzer in the 10C. Andy Roller in second. Dennis Bissonette to the under. Oh, and he and Warringa get together in turn number 2. Bissonette going to hang on to that third spot. Warringa back to 4th. It was the slide job. It did what slide jobs do. And we've got Warringa around at the bottom of turn number 3, going to stab the throttle and get it pointed back in the right direction. That's going to give Wade White 4th spot. Going to be 2 to go this time for your leader. 2 to go from Flagman Joe for Granzer out of Abilene, Texas. In the 10G, Andy Roller, your second and final transfer spot to the redraw. Wade White and Caleb Crenshaw getting into a good battle there in turn number 3. Jeff didn't mean to step on you. The white flag is out.
You're fine, buddy. Andy Roller got Bissonette hot on his heels. Bissonette trying to close the gap down the straightaway. Bissonette has a little bit of a speed advantage, but Andy Roller's definitely got him in the turn.
Big gap for sure as Roller's car snugged the Lone Star Waves. Granzer takes the win in the 10G, and Andy Roller going to be your second transfer into the redraw tonight.
Back-to-back track champion at 281 Speedway.
Absolutely. And you don't get that way by being okay.
No.
Green flag is out for your 5th and final heat race for the Ken Parker Services Incorporated IMCA stock cars, and it's already starting off real good.
No contact, turn number 2. Cosper jumped up 2 positions.
Charles Cosper, the man on the move already as we complete lap number 1. Cosper picks up 2 spots. Estes nearly loses the 83 at the bottom of turn number 4. He's going to lose the spot. It's Drew Garcia. No, excuse me, it's Flock in the 9 machine out front. Ronnie Warren in the second spot in the 34W.
2 laps in. Kirkpatrick trying to work the inside of the 34. Down in turn number 2. Holds on to the same line. He's on the bumper of the 34.
Benji Kirkpatrick looking to the inside of turn number 3 underneath Ronnie Warren in the 34W. Lap number 3 in the book.
Here comes
for Ken Parker Services Incorporated, heat race number 5.
Here comes Benji Kirkpatrick trying to work the inside of the 34. Comes short every time. Barrels in again.
Nearly 3 wide through turns 3 and 4, Jeff, as we come to the halfway mark. 4 down, 4 to go from Flagman Joe. It's Flock out front. Warren on the inside and turn number 1. They're side by side for the lead. Here comes Kirkpatrick trying to make it a 3-car battle for that top spot as Charles Cosper picks up another one out of turn number 2, getting around John Frederick in the 17F.
Well, I tell you what, Cosper looking smooth tonight coming out of turn 3. And he's just got him a line. He just followed the same line in each corner. And I don't think he's let on the brake yet.
Probably doesn't need to. The dude is just as smooth as it can get. That's the reason we call him the Breeze. As John Frederick nearly losing it in turn number 2, we come to 2 to go. Flock out front in the 9 car. Ronnie Warren, second spot right now in the 34W. Benji Kirkpatrick and Keith White round out the top 4.
Kirkpatrick on the outside of the 34. Finds him a line. Tries to make it 3 wide. White flag comes out this time around.
White flag in the air, Jeff. Like you said, it's still Flock out front. We're side by side for second spot. Kirkpatrick around the outside. Good run off the top of turn number 2 for Benji Kirkpatrick, but no. Ronnie Warren slams the door into 3. Kirkpatrick once again around the top side. Jeff, we're going to be coming to the Lone Star flag this time by Kirkpatrick. Takes the second spot.
Kenny Schrader out of Concord, North Carolina in 410. Keep your eyes on Kenny Schrader driving Brad Doherty's 410. Jack Sarton out of Terrell, Texas in 47 at RPM Speedway. The Crandall, Texas track champion in 2017 as we hit off into turn number 1 for the first time. Kevin Rutherford going to start tails. They're 1 by 2 and they're starting to go 3 wide down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3 on the opening circuit. Nick Sartain trying to fit it way up top where Grandpa keeps the good bourbon off of turn number 4.
Oh, and we've got one around in turn number 4. It's a 73 machine getting super sideways. And we've got 1 lap in the books. It's going to be 9 to go.
Oh, Troy Taylor getting a shot in the short.
Oh, wow. Taylor ping-ponging off 2 other cars out front. Going to take the lead in turn number 3, Zach.
Taylor with a slight job there and crossing right underneath. Textbook there for the 9C, but we got one around the top of turn 3 and 4. Not sure who'll get it refired. We may get caution, and we will get caution in your first Texas Outlaw Modified Series heat race of the night.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. This Taylor going to bring him to the green. This flag, this time out of turn number 4, Zach.
Troy Taylor back on the loud pedal. We're back underway here at the Heart of Texas Speedway here in Elmont, Texas. Head off into 1. The man on the move is the 47 of Sartain out of Terrell, Texas. Like I said earlier, the RPM Speedway 2017 modified track champion is here. Comes Kenny Schrader out of Concord, North Carolina. He'll put the slider on the 9C and go to 3rd. Schrader on the move up to 3rd. 47 up to 2nd of Sartain. He's rocking and rolling around the top shelf of the speed plane here, Nick. Into 1 and 2.
Still Troy Taylor out front. Zach down the back chute into turn 3. 3 laps in the book's going to be 4 this time by. Should be a 10-lap affair. Looks like we're getting cross flags on lap number 4. Still Sartain in 2nd spot. I do believe the top 2 in this as well going to be going to the redraw tonight. Zach, we're going to qualify 2 out of the heat race directly to the A main. We'll have 2 12-lap B mains, and we'll round out the field.
Schrader's starting to feel it now. He'll go to the inside for 2nd off the exit of turn number 4. He'll go to the inside, door to door in the flag stand, wheel to wheel in a 1 and 2, the 410. This weekend, Kenny Schrader driving Brad Doherty's entry. Obviously down the back straightaway. Sartain says, sit down and take a seat. This is my home state.
That was a last-minute move as well. Kenny Schrader hot lapped the car today. Decided he liked it. Decided he'd hop in the seat as we come to 2 to go. We've got 6 down, 2 more left for heat race number 1 from Day Motorsports Touring Outlaw Modified Series.
I love it that you know all those little nuggets because apparently I do not. Turn number 3. They're going to go door to door here. 2nd place battle is up for grabs. Schrader going to have the advantage as he rolls to the center, right underneath that top shelf, and he'll clear him at the line. Sartain will go back to 3rd, but nonetheless, the 47 is rolled in this race up to a 3rd spot all the way from the dead last starting position.
I tell you what, Zach, Jack Sartain, a man on the move for sure, all the way up to a transfer spot. Now back into 3rd spot as the checkered flag waves. It's going to be Troy Taylor with a win, and Kenny Schrader coming in 2nd.
Jason Sartain in the 17 out of Greenville, Texas. Cody Smith in 3C inside of row number 2. Outside it'll be Danny Ville out of Princeton, Texas. Mike Walker out of Alvarado in the 34. Mike Dillard out of McKinney in 66X. And Skip the Real Deal O'Neill out of Midlothian. The lights are out. We're underway. A little bit of contact there on the start between the 51X and the 3 wide for 2nd there momentarily off the 2 down the back straightaway.
Problems for the 51 machine of Florence. Zach gets a little squirrely down the back chute. Going to lose the lead to Jason Sartain out of turn number 4.
Sartain had to know he had to go, and he had to go now. He's doing a nasty slaughter there through 3 and 4. Texas Outlaw Modified Series continues to rock and roll around the Heart of Texas Speedway here at Elmont, Texas. Down the back straightaway, Sartain with the race lead.
Jason Sartain, still your leader coming into turn number 3. Going to lead the field out of turn 4. Going to complete lap number 2 this time by 2nd spot. Still belongs to Florence in the 51. And in 3rd right now is the C3 of Smith.
Charlie Smith in 3C tonight as he rolls through the center of 3 and off of turn number 4, getting pressure here off the exit of quarter number 4. That's Bill. Danny Bill in the 5X, former multi-time Texas Outlaw Modified Series winner.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the top 2 cars going to be transferring directly to the feature tonight as we come to halfway. 4 down, 4 to go for Day Motorsports Touring Outlaw Modified Series Heat Race number 2.
Heading off into 1.
Oh!
That's not going to be a nice lick.
Florence getting into turn number 1 just a little too hot. The car doesn't grip. It rips right in the wall.
Yeah, he about ended up at the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame in Florence, Kentucky on that one.
T-shirts for both the Touring Outlaw Modified Series and the Brian Mize Memorial, brought to you by Triton Metalworks, all down there in the main causeway. O'Reilly Auto Parts down there as well with some cool stuff. We've got our 50-50 tickets on sale tonight, $1 a piece or 6 for $5. We're getting ready to go back green flag, Zach. 4 down, 4 to go in heat race number 2.
These drivers punch the time clock and they go back to work. As charging Charlie Smith going to look to charge to the outside of the Heart of Texas Speedway. He'll go to the inside and dump over the exit of quarter number 2 down the back straightaway.
Good run for Smith out of the bottom of turn number 2.
He's charging Charlie to the inside for the race lead. He comes up a little bit short there, but not quite enough. The 17 is Sartain. Gonna still hold on to the command of the top spot into turn number 1. In the LSU Tigers number 17. Boy, he's gonna love when I heard him say that, right?
Jason Sartain, still your leader in the number 17. It's gonna be 2 to go this time. 6 down, 2 to go.
Ain't a whole lot to brag about them Tigers, but right now Sarton looking better than LSU ever did. In a 1 and 2, he's holding on to the race lead, 17 off the exit 2 down on the back straightaway. I don't know if the Hogs held him off today since you're an Arkansas boy, but that's a red number 3. See, he's trying to hunt down that yellow and
The yellow and purple.
well, yeah, thank you.
White flag comes out. Heat race number 2 for the Touring Outlaw Modified Series, brought to you by Day Motorsports tonight. We've got a yellow on the racetrack. We've got one facing the wrong way at the bottom of turn number 4.
And they'll punch the time clock and go back to work off of turn number 4. We are back on our way here from the heart of Texas Speedway down the front boulevard. And I tell you what, did not pay dividends as Phil took advantage, and Charlie's going to slow it in for a slide job in the 1 and 2.
Crossover move out of turn number 2. Smith going to lose that second and final transfer spot into the A main tonight. Zach, it's going to be the white flag in the air this time around. One more to go for Jason Sarton.
Danny Veal feeling it tonight. The right rear all crushed in. It doesn't matter. He's going to look to hunt down the rear deck lid of the 17th of the race lead, but he's going to run out of time.
Looks like the sand in the hourglass, as you say, Zachary, going to take away the Lone Star. The checkered flag, going to wave. Jason Sarton going to take the win, and Veal is feeling it tonight.
We'll start inside of row number 2 with Jake Hammond in a brand new MB Custom outside of the front row. This should be a very good race. Kirk Accord on the pole. He smashes the loud pedal. We are underway.
Green flag comes out for heat race number 3. The Day Motorsports Touring Outlaw Modified Series takes to the field.
All the 2 down the back straightaway. Hammond going to get the whole shot and hold on to the race lead. JP Dowell and his GRT chassis going to go inside that MB Custom to the yellow number 7 of Gaddis there for the 4th spot as they go door-to-door. As they will go door-to-door there for a second off the exit of corner number 2 down the front boulevard.
We are 3 wide down the front stretch. Zach into turn number 1. Look at Tristan Dykus, the lone warrior on the bottom of the racetrack, hugging the hub as JP Dowell underneath.
What a move by JP to cross back up the racetrack. He tried underneath. He had a diamond back up the racetrack at 7P as the yellow is going to wave on the speed plane.
We've got debris on the exit of turn number 2. Debris.
Entire open wheel modified scene in the 2017 season and beyond. I mean, Rodney Sanders debuted one down in Baytown, Texas in 2013 when Jimmy and Chris Mars brought one down there, and I tell you what, they've just shot off ever since.
Absolutely. Those MB Custom chassis, one of the ones to have for sure here in the USRA Modified Style Series. Green flag waves this time. Take number 3 on heat race number 3.
Hammond going to hold on to the race lead here. Oh, some contact there for a second. And JP Dowell says, thank you very much. He'll go for 4th and look for the Walmart special and try to go to the inside of the 2G of Gaddis. Gaddis says no. He says, I made a little bit of contact, but I haven't come up limp yet. And he'll power from the outside of the speed plane with all kind of right rear corner damage on that big kick starting parts number 2G.
Gaddis going to hang on to that second spot, but JP side by side once again. And Dykus now slicing and dicing up to that 4th position on turn number 2, Zach.
That's what the was over with a slide job there. By the, and Dykus just lost the handle. That doesn't happen very often.
Tristan Dykus going to take the scenic route through the infield, Zach. Like you said, a very uncommon mistake. From the 14T, we sling into turn number 1, nearly make contact again.
Yeah, got a little wild there. And here comes JP Dowell, a GRT chassis built by Joe Garrison out of Greenbar, Arkansas. Going to roll to the back tail tank of the 2G for the surprise base arms on this one. Up in the turns 1 and 2, it's still Jake Hammond driving that MB Custom. A pair of MBs leading 1 and 2 as Hammond has the race lead down the back straightaway.
Going to be still leading out of turn number 4 is Jake Hammond. Look at JP Dowell underneath Gaddis once again on turn number 4. Not going to be enough. Gaddis hangs on to the 2nd spot. Dowell in 3rd.
Off the 2 down the back straightaway. It's still Jake Hammond holding on to the race lead in 74. That's a very cold trickle-ish mellow yellow looking like wrap on that machine, and I like it and I love it.
Coming to 2 to go this time on turn number 4. Zach, it's still Hammond out front. Dykus and Dowell, Gaddis and Dowell with the battle of the race right now down the back chute. Looks like Dowell gets the advantage on the inside.
Give it to JP. It does not stand for just playing. It means for just business. Out for turn number 4. JP Dowell going to take over the 2nd spot with the white flag waving in front of their face in a 1 and 2. They're going to lose door to 1 and 2.
Second and final transfer stop now belongs to the 715. JP Dowell. It's going to be Hammond on turn number 4. Though Zach taking a checkered flag in heat race number 3 for the Day Motorsports Touring Outlaw Modified Series.
Jake Hammond takes the victory into the MB Custom number 74. JP Dowell was not just playing in that race.
Absolutely not.
78. It's A1 of fast Phil Dixon at Crosby, Texas, and A1 outside. It's the SNS Fishing and Rental number 71 MB Custom of the Odessa, Texas racer of Philip Houston. Inside of 2 it'll be Sammy Ball of Nevada, Missouri. Outside it'll be Sean Gaddis out of Diana, Texas, and the MB Custom number 7. Dean Abbey, the IMCA All-Star Invitational winner this year. Or Fast Shafts All-Star Race and Super Nationals. As we head off into 1 for the first time, they're going to go door-to-door for the race lead.
Side by side into turn number 2. Zach, that is still for the race lead. We're still side by side coming into turn number 3. Egbert on the outside, gonna finally relinquish it. Settles back into that second spot with a great run off the top side. Clyde Dunn Jr. leads lap number 1.
Here comes Philip Houston. Not Phil Dixon just yet. Philip Houston's feeling it right now down the back straightaway. Philip Houston been running on this tour here now all season long. He was a primary entrant on the United States Modified Touring Series from 2014 to 2016. As he heads down the front boulevard to that SNS Michigan Rental Street in Chili Sprinkle. Number 71 is there. Comes the 78 of Salado, Texas Egbert. All over the tail, take a little freaky. Clyde Dunn for the race lead.
Trevor Egbert trying to take over that top spot coming into turn number 3. Looks like he's hanging on to that high side. Clyde Dunn Jr. Oh, there's a shot in the shorts if there ever was one, Zachary.
Into 1. Off the 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes the 78. Who also he runs every single USNDS race when they come down to his neck of the woods. He'll travel all the way up to Arkla, Texas if he has to. The Salado, Texas, Trevor Egbert, many Egberts in the Egbert family, GW Egbert, and all of us are trying to go 3 wide here. It's a great battle for second as Houston's going to take advantage. He'll go to second now.
Egbert maybe jumping the cushion in turns 1 and 2. Going to lose that second and final transfer spot to Philip Houston in the 71 machine.
Philip is feeling it tonight. That MB Custom. Here at MB. Draw 1 and 2 right now off the exit of 2, headed down the back straightaway.
And Bo trying to make the move in the bottom of turn number 3. Zach slides up the racetrack trying to get around for 3rd spot. Going to be coming to 2 to go this time by.
Yeah, Semi Ball does not look bad tonight. Oh, and he got all kind of cattywampus there in the 1 and 2, as well as the 71, your second place.
Oh,
yeah,
just not enough. The car super snug that time on the bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah, he had a character spot down there in the 1 and 2. As rolling off the forward will be the white flag in front of the face of the Sunnyvale Texan. Driving that. Looks like he may be in a new rocket by Roman. 88 Triple X to Sunnyvale, Texas, goes by the moniker a little freaky. He's been freaky fast in this one. Philip Houston tried to close in late, but it wasn't enough. As your winner right of Sunnyvale, Texas, getting a face full of checker flag of the 88 Triple X to Clyde Dunn Jr.
And second spot going to be Philip Houston. The 71P looks like 3rd. Going to go to Trevor Egbert.
I love it when the train comes down the back straightaway. It's a beautiful shot. As we punch the time clock and go back to work, race fans, it's Colby Smith on the pole. Here we go.
Green flag waves on Day Motorsports Heat Race number 5 in the Touring Outlaw Modified Series. And look to the outside. It's Ship making it a rocket ship around the outside of turn number 2. Zach takes the lead in turn 3.
He takes over the command in the 3 and rolling off of turn number 4 with the race lead from the top side of the Heart of Texas Speedway, using that momentum to his advantage at the flies in. Ship rolling like a battleship in the 1. Here comes the 1 that goes inside though. It's going to be the 1 of the Greenville, Texas. Colby Smith, and we got a hell of a battle shaping up here for 4th and 5th down the back straightaway.
Absolutely coming out of turn number 4, excuse me, it's going to be Rory Jordan in the 7X machine, hanging on to that 3rd spot. Look, the bottom of the racetrack starting to come in a little bit, but these guys look to be set up to run the outside. You see some of the guys by the middle of the pack really struggling, but look at Smith.
Yeah, Colby
making the bottom side work here in 1 and 2. Zach making going all the way down to the bottom. Look at the good run out of turn number 2.
Like a little piece of Colby Swiss cheese. He's rolling pretty good right now in the turn number 3. Trying to cut through the holes in the Heart of Texas Speedway off the turn number 4, hunting the tail tank here. Ship for the race lead. Coming up a little bit limp here in the 1. Ship is going to ride or die by the cushion tonight. He says he'll live by it right now, and he continues to separate himself down the back straight. Boy, you can hear that power plant just screaming underneath the hood of the 01 as we get caution.
Absolutely, we got a caution coming out. Car turned around at the bottom of turn number 4.
Okay, Colby Smith out of Greenville, Texas, challenging Victoria, Texas racer on the 7X of Rory Jordan right there as well. Here we go.
Green flag is back out, ladies and gentlemen. Day Motorsports Heat Race number 5 for the Touring Outlaw Modified Series. And right off the bat, Zach, we got a side-by-side running out of turn 2 for that top spot. Ship once again around the high side of the racetrack, dives it down to the bottom now in turn number 3.
That ain't no Ship.
No.
Before down the front straightaway we go into turn number 1. Here comes the 1. He says, I'm numerically 1, so I got to finish 1.
Got to finish out front, absolutely. 1 comes first for sure. And it's still Smith around the top side of the racetrack in your second spot as we come to 2 to go.
You got to keep in mind, too, when you start on the pole of one of these races and you finish second, that outside line is so important because you get that extra half a point for the car you pass. A little bit of slip up there by Ship off the exit 2. Can Smith capitalize here? So dive it to the bottom in the 3 and 4, go to the inside for the race lead with 1 lap to go.
White flag in the air one more time around Heart of Texas Speedway. Smith to the bottom once again in turn number 1. Could run off a turn 2, but it's not going to be enough. Ship with a great head of steam down the back chute for the final time in the turn number 3. Zach, bring us home.
Final time off before your final Texas Outlaw Modified Series heat of the night here at the heart of Texas Speedway. Ways in front of the face of Danny Ship in 25. J.C. Howell out of Maybank, Texas, the Smiley's Racing Products 103. He'll be a good shoe to watch indeed. Justin Rowdy Shaw in the SG1 had a strong run here at the Southern Nationals a few weeks ago. Robert McCutcheon outside in 77M. The son of Philip Houston, Taylor Houston out of Odessa, Texas, and Brent Guerin out of Robinson, Texas in 12. Lights are on. Here we go.
Heat race number 1 of the Lone Star Super Gas IMCA Southern Sport Mods here tonight, underway in Tyler Moorhead. Getting off to a great start out of turn number 4. Going to lead lap number 1. Looks like Zach coming to the line. It's Kenneth Montgomery in second spot, driving for Kevin Sestair tonight. J.C. Howell in third right now. And getting around for fourth, that is the Rowdy C-Man. That's Justin Shaw.
Unless they have Kenny in the wrong heat race, I'm not sure. I know he was driving that car, but I think he's.
No, you're right. That is not Kenneth Montgomery. That's a 71G.
Play Garza. Garza back and forth down the back straightaway. J.C. Howell going to put the pressure all over him. For the second spot, the former Duel in the Desert winner at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway Dirt Track will drive to the inside for second down the front boulevard.
J.C. Howell trying to get around Garza right now on the 103. Howell looks to the inside. Not going to be enough. Here comes Shaw to make it a 3-car battle for second. Going to be coming halfway once again. Zach, 4 down, 4 to go right here at the line.
Once again this weekend, Justin Rowdy Shaw, Cupcake, whatever you want to call him, driving that SG1. J.C. Howell got loose right in front of the caution away.
Looks like we've got one about to give up the ghost. That looks like the D5.
Tyler Moorhead, here comes Howell. Like I said, the former Duel in the Desert winner of the Las Vegas Motor Speedway Dirt Track as they go door to door here for the race lead down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3, the Maybank Texan to the inside for the race lead off the exit of corner number 4. A little bit of slip up there. It allows the 22 of Tyler Moorhead to regain the top spot at 22.
Tyler Moorhead still your leader. We're nearly 3 wide out of turn number 2. It's Brandon Guerin in 4th spot. Justin Shaw in 3rd. J.C. Howell in 2nd. And Tyler Moorhead still your leaders. We coming out turn number 4 with 2 to go.
I'll tell you what, Justin Shaw's been very impressive. The Sweetwater Texan driving that Wesley Cummings Motorsports SG1 car. Finished 2nd here. One of the A qualifiers that transferred directly into the main event. Did not even have to race the entirety of that full Southern National show. Didn't have to come out of a B or anything. He made his way straight into the dance as the white flag comes out in Southern Sport Mod Heat Race number 1.
Once again, Lone Star Super Gas, your official racing fuel of the 3rd annual Brian Mize Memorial, brought to you by Triton Metalworks. They are also the class sponsor of the Southern Sport Mods tonight. Here, Zach, we got a last lap pass for the lead. Is it going to work? It's going to be Howell and Moorhead. No, Moorhead going to take the win.
Tyler Moorhead takes the win into 22 from the outside of the speed plant, using that momentum to his advantage. The 103 to the Maybank Texan of J.C. Howell on the Smiley's Racing Products 103 takes the bridesmaids in this one. He came Kenneth Montgomery with 7 wins this season and 10 starts.
Man, that's a pretty good record right there. Driving a pretty good hot rod tonight. The Vacto chassis. Sestair Plumbing sponsored entry to 71K on the outside. Going to take the early lead. Oh, no. Gramella going to battle back on the bottom side out of turn number 2, Zach. But look at Montgomery with a superior speed on the outside.
Kenny Montgomery riding to the beat of his own drum right now off the exit of corner number 4 with the race lead by about 4 car lengths down the front boulevard. He is rolling in that 71K Vacto chassis.
Hard contact between Ramey and Gramella down the front chute. Sid the Kid, Sid Kippen. Oh, there's more contact. Gramella all over the place right now as Cogburn now comes underneath for 4th in turn number 3.
He looked like he was setting him up for failure right there, and it did not work to expectation. I'm not sure. As Sid Kippen will roll to the bridesmaids, and here comes your 2-time reigning track champion, Chris Cogburn. Cogburn up to 2nd, and here comes Rawls as well. Rawls will dispose of your 4th place car, and he'll go to 4th down the back straightaway as checking out up front. Pretty neat. Kyle Larson, he walks out at Bristol Motor Speedway last month at the NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series race, and he's jamming whose music? The guy who's leading this race, Kenny Montgomery's dirt track thing. Kenny was sitting back at home watching it on the couch, and he said, well, holy hell.
I would chalk that up in the W column for sure. Another W for KMO as we come to halfway there. 4 down, 4 to go from Flagman Joe. It's still Kenneth Montgomery out front, the Kid in 2nd spot, Sid Kippen, and the big nasty Chris Cogburn in 3rd. Garrett Rawls right now in 4th. That's your top 4 on the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen. in a Lone Star Super Gas IMCA Southern Sport Mod Heat Race number 2.
The driver who's won 7 of his last 10 races and the Nolan Wren Memorial champion this season down in Gator Motorplex has the race lead with a sizable advantage. Like you said, dropping Kevin Astaire 71K that he drove into a starting spot here at the 10,000 win Southern Nationals 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Into one. He had a little bit of a bobble there, but he's got enough to give. Sid Kiffin may challenge him, but he's going to run out of time.
Yeah, the sand in the hourglass definitely taken away, like you say there, Zach. And Sid going to have a long way to go. The white flag going to be out this time around.
Tick-tock goes the race clock. K-Mo, Kenny Montgomery punched the time clock, like I said, right to the beat of his own drum in this one. And the cars, I'll tell you what, Kenny's going to have to limp this car around because he may have a flat, something not right. You can tell it through the center of the corner there in the 1 and 2. Oh, my.
Oh,
and that's not going to be good.
No, that is going to be bad for Kenneth Montgomery.
I'd say Kenny Montgomery winning 7 of his last 10 races. I'd probably take him in the mid first round. I don't know.
I tell you what,
like me to hear say that he's not a first number 1 pick, but he's the number 1 pick in this race. He's rolling.
Absolutely, you got a lot of wins right here in this field as Cogburn gets a good run off the bottom and takes over that transfer spot. The kid, 1 spot out, looking in a backup car tonight.
Rawls started clawing his way up there to the inside. They'll go door-to-door here momentarily for the race lead off the exit of quarter number 4. One more trip around the quarter mile speed plan here in Elmont, Texas, here at the heart of Texas Speedway.
The white rag in the air right now, Zach, as you said, K-Mo now coming under fire from the big nasty Chris Cogburn. Down the back chute for the final time, Zach, into turn number 3. Bring us home, brother.
2017 Nolan Wren Memorial champion down at Gator, going to roll off a 4 and get the race win. Travis Astaire, plumbing number 71K, Vato Chassis, KR Promotion 71K. It's K-Mo Kennan Montgomery with the win over Chris Cogburn in the 6G, who took advantage of that late race caution.
Absolutely.
On the restart goes the second of the 58 of Sid the Kid, Sid Kiffin.
Looks like Parker in the 135
AJ
and AJ Spears in the 47 out of Denison. The green flag is out. We are underway. And Wilkins going to lead the field. We're 3 wide nearly, Zach, out of turn number 2.
Yeah, Parker digging around the hub of the racetrack in that all-white number 3P. It looks like a Kelly Shryock car. Way up top. Through 3 and 4 where Grandpa keeps the good bourbon, but taking advantage is that 3 machine down the front straightaway, looking like Kelly Shryock.
Parker picked up 2 spots right there.
Oh,
and Wilkins is around in turn number 2. Florio grabs a hold.
I just knew that she was going to get through and everybody else, but I bet she has a lot of significant damage on the right side of that car. That was kind of where you don't want to get the car to grab.
Yeah, exactly right. I hope you're wrong, but I don't think you are. No.
You got to think maybe she thought she had a right rear flat. She went the hot pit area, try to get back out and start tail, but that'll move up the 5 of green as we go back on the way here off of turn number 4 with the green flag waving in front of the face of your race leader in 3.
That is Parker out of Caddo Mills, Texas, taking that race lead back under green flag. Zach is TJ Green in second spot right now. Those are your top 2 transfers. Once again, the top 2 finishers going on to the redraw. The rest of them going to have to run a B-main. 2 laps in the books. Parker still out front in the 3P. TJ Green, though, showing why he's a regular competitor here at Heart of Texas Speedway. Always a contender in the Southern Sport Mod ranks. Working the bottom of the track in turns 3 and 4. Near Lone Star Super Gas. IMCA Southern Sport Mod Heat Race number 3. 3 laps in the books, 5 to go. Parker topside in turns 1 and 2 with a great run. Down the back chute into turn number 3. Opens up a big gap over Green. Green to the bottom in turns 3 and 4. The car a tad bit snug on the exit. We come to 4 down, 4 to go.
It's 50% complete in this one into 1. TJ Green driving that cam chassis built by Chase Allen. Chase Allen Motorsports builds a nice chassis and IMCA modified race as well as the great Southern Sport Mod. Then mostly a Texas racer who put his heads together with Jason Ingles, the owner builder of IRP race cars. Pretty cool to see 2 chassis manufacturers kind of combine forces to put on that big race here a couple of weeks ago. As a slip up there on that top stop of your race leader to the 3 of Parker. TJ Green ready to fire another bullet. No blanks for the orange number 5 in this one. That cam chassis rolling around the speed plant right now down the front boulevard with his crosshairs set to the back deck lid of the 3 into 1 and 2. Parker still with the race lead, but for how long? Able to size himself up down the back straightaway with the race lead by about 5 car lengths into turn number 3. But TJ Green smooth as satin around the hub of the racetrack off the 4. The white flag waving in front of the face of Parker down the front boulevard in the Raptor Peak Construction number 3.
Still Green in second spot, working the bottom of the racetrack out of turn number 2. Still can't quite get the run. The momentum there for sure around the top side. Zach as we negotiate turns 3 and 4 for the final time. The Lone Star will wave over Mr. Parker into 3P. Gonna take the win out of Caddo Mills, Texas. TJ Green gonna be your second and final transfer to the main. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, that'd be a heck of a feather in the cap right there, dropping in the back of any race, any class in the mains. So if it's a pole position starter, you drop to the back of the field, you get $500 extra on top of that purse. Don Painter.
I might need like 15 grand.
Right, Don Painter and Mr. Kevin Rowland going to lead this thing to the green.
Kevin Rowland, the 2016 TMS World Dirt Track Champion down the back straightaway. We're green and clean in the turn number 3. They're going to go door to roll for second here. Nick, it's heating up.
And Tommy Fain, a previous winner so far with the Touring Outlaw Modified Series in 2017, taking over that second spot from Painter in heat race number 4.
Tommy Fain was down at Manny, Louisiana last Friday night. That's the as they split the 10 of Painter down the back straightaway. He needs to paint himself a new picture right now because he is riding backwards at 10.
Absolutely. Going to the back quick, fast, and in a hurry, as you like to say, brother. Will Carter taking over that third spot in the 8C machine. Painter back to 4th. Honish now rounding out the top 5 with Ronnie Bell in 6th in the 95.
Is Robert Scrivener in the 8C tonight, driving Will Carter's entry?
Oh, it is.
It looks like Scrivener. Robert Scrivener, the runner-up here in the 10,000 win Southern Sport Mod finale on that Saturday night 2 weeks ago. Driving Will Carter's Express Chassis 8C. He'll go to the inside. He'll take second. Thank you very much. He'll slide up. Give it a little bit of shot there. Tommy Fain, the Abilene Texan, back to the inside for second. And the God is Awesome, number 71.
Absolutely. I tell you what, Zachary's, we come to halfway there. 4 down, 4 to go, rolling out front by about a straightaway right now. But Robert Scribner got about as many laps as anybody around this racetrack in a sport mod. Coming up second spot 2 weeks ago in that $10,000 to win feature event.
Scrivener with 2 Open Wheel Modified wins here in the IMC Modified ranks this season as he rolls off a 4 down the front straightaway. The driver and the Neighbors Motorsports number 4. Believe he's still in an IRP chassis. Kevin Rowland is rolling tonight. But I tell you what, I don't know. Maybe does he have enough time? We'll see. No, he will not. We'll only have 2 more trips around. I don't believe the 8C of Scrivener will have a chance to get there, but he is undoubtedly the quickest car on the racetrack right now. Maybe a little bit of a mistake by the 4 up front with the race leader. A bobble could open up the door. For the 8C, driving for the Viola, Texas racer, Will Carter tonight. Robert Scrivener out of Waco in the orange 8C Express chassis. The Express chassis built by Shane Aber out of Lafayette, Louisiana, as we head off into turn 1 for the final time. The 2016 Texas Motor Speedway World Dirt Track Championship winner. He won it literally by half of a cat's whisker over Nick Clickenbeer. Off of turn number 4 with a face full of checkered flag. It's going to go to the Neighbors Motorsports IRP number 4G, or 4R rather, of Kevin Rowland. Kevin Rowland going to get the dub. At 6 different racetracks in the 2017 season will line up on the outside pole. Inside of 2, Mike Williams out of Denison, Texas, and 12 him outside Justin Neighbors in 28J out of Kent, Texas. Trevor Rainey out of Sherman. Outside Taylor Branch in 51X, or Tanner Branch. The lights are out. We are underway. Here from the heart of Texas Speedway, heat race number 5 here for the Brian Mize Memorial 3rd Annual Event presented by Triton Metalworks. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. It's going to be the Comanche Kid, the 19-year-old who raced in that Camping World Truck Series event up at Rossburg, Ohio's Eldora Speedway. Promoted by Roger Slack, owned by Tony Stewart. Built by Earl Baltus, for what it's worth. The back straightaway into turn number 3. Jeffrey Abbey rolling up top with the race lead in the Express chassis. Vertibuilt bodies number 37. Into 1. Neighbors looking very good. He says, I want to be his neighbor. But he's holding on to the neighbor spots right now. Second, looking good though for Justin. Justin from 4th to 2nd in this one, already with just a few scored. It'll be 3 scored this time by. Next time it'll be 50% complete. At 4 to go.
Absolutely. Zach Jeffrey Abbey showing why he's got 16 race wins this year and leading the way right now in heat race number 4 for the Day Motors, or the Lone Star Supergas, excuse me. IMCA Southern Sport Mods with Justin Neighbors in 2nd. Those are your top 2 transfers right now.
As everybody seems to be tucked around the top side of the racetrack right now. Does Neighbors have anything though? As we'll come around to see. It'll be 3 to go this time by at the flag stand. Jeffrey Abbey, don't believe he'll be able to surrender this race lead because the kid's just that dang good. And even if he were to get pressures, the battle for second is going to heat up into 1 and 2. Here comes the 11, all the way to the inside. Trevor Rainey out of Sherman, Texas. Looking awfully sporty around the hub of the racetrack here to the heart of Texas tonight. He'll go back to the inside. Oh, and he'll lose the handle.
Gonna lose the handle on it, Zach. Like you say, 2 to go. Coming to the line that time. Rainey gathers it back up. He didn't lose a lot of ground on Neighbors. This is gonna be an interesting race all the way to the white, or to the checkered flag, Zach.
Trevor Rainey trying to make it rain on his opponents tonight. Into turn number 3, Alpha 4 to be the white flag in front of the face of the Comanche Kid. In the 37 Express chassis, Abbey Motorsports entry of Jeffrey Abbey.
1 more lap, making about a half a lap now for Jeffrey Abbey in the 37 machine. The battle for second starting to heat up right now. Neighbors coming into turn 3 for the final time. Graney going to be underneath, and Lone Star will wait for Jeffrey Abbey taking the win in heat race number 5. And second spot going to go to Justin Neighbors. That's your second and final transfer to the redraw tonight.
4T outside of Jay Roberts, outside of the Temple Texans, the 6. Casey Kuykendall out of Howell, Texas in the 99, outside of Jay Dudley in the 15, Chris Florio in 21. Keep your eyes on Florio in 21. He knows how to get around the heart of Texas Speedway starting shotgun. The 31 Vato chassis going to be tough on the outside pole in this one, but a good start by John White in the turn number 1 of that Ingles Racing Performance chassis number 8. So it's a Vato out front of the IRP, off the dude down the back straightaway, Nick Robbins.
Absolutely, Zach. I think maybe the bottom starting to come around on those starts. The initial start there, Cody Smith. We've got one around in turn 3. Good job by the 6 machine to dodge the action there.
Yeah, that looked like a Jono Whittington car. I thought maybe Jono was here and he wasn't on the lineup for some reason. But here comes the 31. He's about to pressure hard for the race lead. John White doesn't know that he's a sitting duck right there around the hub of the track. The 31, I promise you, the 31 will size him up and get this race lead. Not saying he's going to win it, but I bet he gets out front for about a split second if he can't hold on.
Cody Smith had some rough luck here 2 weeks ago at the $10,000 to win Southern Nationals, and looking to redeem himself here for the 3rd annual Brian Mize Memorial. Looking to the inside on the turn number 4.
I should have said if the 8 continues to stick it around the hub. But the 31 pushed big time that time like a dump truck into 1 and 2. Great to see Cody Smith here tonight. He's a 4th place finish in last year's 5,000 in Battle of Boot Hill. Go to the inside for the race lead. 31 and 8. Alpha 4, the Kaufman Texan to the inside. And like I said, he will take over the race lead at least momentarily as John White going to slide down to the bottom side of the Heart of Texas Speedway into 1 and 2 and smash the gas. Comes up limp. Down the back straight of the 31 now with the race lead of that gold. And I love that race car. It's just a nice looking machine.
Absolutely, man. Taking the lead at a turn number 4, going to hang on to it, going to complete lap number 5. 5 down, 3 to go for Cody Smith out front in the 31S machine. Like I said, a little bit of bad luck 2 weeks ago. Looking to redeem himself here in the Pancho Villa Vato chassis number 31.
Something Cody and I have talked about in the past, of course. Cody always drove the number 18. That's his number, 18. Drove the number 18 in the USMTS modified ranks there for quite a few years, and John White's not done yet sizing him up there in that IRP, as it'll come down to the last few circuits. But I tell you what, this guy out of Kaufman, Texas, the 31 Martin Marine machine of Cody Smith, the white flag waving in front of his face this time. Can John White come up and make a charge on him? He may make a charge, and he may come up short. We'll find out.
I think what's going to be interesting, Zach, if you can keep it in the moisture for a little bit longer, you get a lot better dig coming out of the corner. The white flag in the air. We got one more set of corners, brother.
Never got to my point, though. Cody always said, man, every time you announce my races, I always have bad luck. Literally, the first USMTS race I ever saw him race as he takes the win of the 31, Cody Smith out of Kaufman in the Vato Martin Marine number 31.
Pizzo, PJ Egbert inside row number 3 alongside Eric Tomlinson. Forbes, Savage, and Big Mike McCarthy round out the field. We going green.
I'll tell you what, brother, there's some good shoes in this race.
Absolutely, man. You got a stacked field.
Oh, you got the 5-time IMCA Modified Track Champions. The 3 wide there off the exit of 2. The BG Racing Products LG 21 number 45 of E-Tom. Oh, and a slight jump for second through 3 and 4 off of 4. Down the front straight with a 9. Going to hold on to second here momentarily in the turns number 1 and 2.
Pat McGuire going to take over that second spot. It's battling back. Carroll on the inside of the 15 machine. Chris Morris leads lap number 1. The rookie. As we've got one around, we're going to stay clean and green in turn number 2. The rookie Chris Morris out front right now in the 94 machine, coming under fire out of turn number 4.
I don't know about you, man, but it fires me up to be at the racetrack to see 5 full Tom's heats and then 4 or 5 IMC modified heats. This is what this sport's all about, man. As we go through the roar here momentarily for the race lead off the exit of corner number 4. I tell you what, Will McGuire is rolling to that number 9M right now. Here comes the 45 of Eric Tomlinson. E-Tom. We interviewed him live on the
Absolutely.
The Strapped In podcast, I believe, a couple
years back,
Yeah, several years ago. He was a good interview. I enjoyed talking with him. Talked about his alliance he had at the time with Chris Brown of the LG. As we head off into 1 right now up front is the 94. How about this, man? This is a feel-good story on my behalf anyway, I think.
Chris Morris out front. We've crossed the halfway mark. Going to be 5 complete this time by coming under fire. Carroll in the 15 machine looking to be inside once again on the 4. Not going to be enough. Morris still with the spot at the stripe. Eric Tomlinson has gotten around. Oh, we've got a caution on the field, ladies and gentlemen. It's the 32 machine.
Anyway.
Lights are out once again, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to try to take the green this time out of turn number 4. The young man, the rookie, Chris Morris, going to lead him to the green. This time out of 4, we're back underway.
Chris Willen and Dylan at Morris into turns number 1 and 2. That's his first and middle and last name.
Willen and Dylan at Morris.
Yeah, down the back straight of the 94 car. And they're 4 wide nearly momentarily. They were definitely 3 wide down the back straightaway as they try to go 3 wide for the race lead here, Nick. Here comes E-Tom. Eric Tomlinson in that BG Racing Products 45T on the hub of the racetrack as we got about over the race lead. The 15 going to try to the bottom of the hub here as it goes side by side into 1 and 2.
Oh, and Carroll slips up the car way snug. Here comes Tomlinson by for second spot, Zach. It's still Morris out front. The white flag going to be in the air this time by. I think it's going to do it, man. I might cry on this one. This is a great race right here. Chris Morris out front.
Chris Morris holding on to a steady wheel on this one. The 94 back on the loud pedal, or on the loud trigger, if you will. He's got the fast hand indeed, the 1994 in the turn number 3, Morris. But here comes Tomlinson, a multi-time winner here at the heart of Texas Speedway off of turn number 4. Once again in the BG Racing products number 45 down the front boulevard he comes.
2 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. 8 down, 2 more still to go. Eric Tomlinson now slipping up. Zach, we got 2 laps to go, making a lap and a half down the back, shooting to 3.
Morris better go, and he's got to go, and he's got to go now. He better look like Steven Chevalier sporting that number 94. Down the front anyway, nobody may get that joke but me. Into 1, the 94 of Morris. Looking for the feel-good story here tonight. This is worthy of an ESPN 30 for 30 or an E60 documentary. Into turn number 3. The 45T going to come up short. How about it, ladies and gentlemen? Chris Morris gets the win. Whoa. No, he did not. Maybe you didn't.
I don't know, brother.
E-Tom.
Oh, my goodness.
Justin Radcliffe out of Waco, Texas, 11J. It'll be Greg Esses inside of row number 2 in the 83 out of Troy, Texas. Clay Guest in the 19C. Inside of row number 3 to be Chase Allen out of Midlothian, Texas, in the Cam Chassis 930. Outside to be Garrett Gregory out of Tom Ball in the 148. Ben Kettleman. Dwayne Gretham in the 2017. And Tom Earl as we set him off into 1. Man, that's some more great shoes in this one.
Oh, and Kettleman slow at the bottom of the racetrack in turn number 2. Looks like some serious issues with the 35 machine. Well, we're going to woe them up, get them side by side, nose to tail, it'll be a complete restart. Justin Radcliffe and Claude Estes. Keep your eye on Claude Estes, pulling double duty tonight, driving the stock car and the modified as well. Ken Schrader, Justin Radcliffe out front. We're nearly 4 wide coming to the flag.
Yeah, I tell you, there's some great shoes in this one, just like heat number 1. As heat number 2 is hotly contested and it's underway. Chase Allen, who has won here 4 times in the 2017 season. Oh, and Schrader going to give a shot in the shorts there to Radcliffe for the race lead off of 4. He says, I don't want to finish second in both of my modified races.
No.
Had a great run driving Brad Doherty's 410 machine and the open wheel modified Tom's heat. As he gets a big run down the back straightaway off the exit of 2 in the turn number 3. I tell you what, Concord, North Carolina's Kenny Schrader is liking the heart of Texas Speedway 9. He'll go high side hustling off of 4, and he'll take the race lead at the line.
Right around the outside of Justin Radcliffe. Did you see them set him up in turns 1 and 2 as Radcliffe battles back on the bottom, but it's not going to be enough. Schrader with the momentum around the outside, Zach.
I tell you what, buddy, the hot Speedway is hot tonight. It's heart of Texas Speedway style. I love it, and I want some more of it. Down the front straightaway we go. I don't even mean to quote Tim McGraw. It's a great song, but into 1, the Federated Parts number 9 of Kenny Schrader. Holding on for the race lead down the back straightaway in the turn number 3. Set on the pole for the inaugural Mud Summer Classic at Eldora Speedway's Mud Summer Classic. The big Camping World Truck Series event each year held at the half-mile oval in Rossburg, Ohio. Still does some NASCAR racing at least once a year anyway.
I'm seeing cross flags, 4 down, 4 to go. Looks like we've shortened these up to 8 laps apiece as Kenny Schrader, still your leader, is lap number 5, goes in the books. It's Radcliffe in second. Looks like Chase Allen's worked his way up to 3rd.
It is great. You know, I've announced there's been 3 events I've been a part of where Schrader's come down and raced. I think it's still awesome. Like guys like him and Kenny Wallace.
Oh, absolutely.
Who are so widely recognized in this sport and very well respected, who still come and spend their hard-earned money and race on a dirt track Saturday night, travel all the way from North Carolina to be here in the great state of Texas for this great race tonight.
Absolutely great to have him here with us at the 3rd annual Brian Mize Memorial, brought to you by Trident Metalworks as the white flag is in the air. 1 more lap to go around the quarter-mile speed plan for Kenny Schrader.
And once Schrader got out front of the race lead, he checked out. He threw the keys on the counter, and he is already checking out of the Holiday Inn, headed back to North Carolina.
Is absolutely gone.
Chase
the Lone
Allen
Star
putting the pressure, though, on
Gonna
Radcliffe.
wave this time around. Looks like Schrader with the win. Radcliffe's actually going to hang on for that 2nd spot.
All those guys, if you haven't had a chance to check out 281, I haven't. It's one of only 2 tracks that haven't announced that in Texas, and it's a bucket list track.
It's a little bitty place. It's real fast. It's real narrow, and if you can make a move there, you can make a move anywhere as far as I'm concerned. 281, one of those little bitty bull rings that I absolutely love. Hold it near and dear to my heart. Green flag's back out. We're back on our way with heat race number 3.
Smith, your pole sitter, going to smash the lap pedal of the Round Rock, Texas. And here comes Spillman to the outside. I'm sorry, it's Fast Freddie Wotek out of Blackwell. He'll go to the outside, and he'll take the race lead of the 44. They're 3 wide. There's some contact there in the midpoint of 3 and 4.
Oh, we've got one crossed up, and
Spillman
Spillman gets into it. That's the 99 of Bailey.
Can't beat that at all.
No, not at all. Want to give a real quick shout out to Heather Combs watching at home tonight on Live a Race on Texas.
Glad I gave her a little shout out.
Elizabeth Mayhew as well, watching back. One of our CBS friends, Cotton Bowl Speedway, hanging out, watching it in Lexington, Texas.
Well,
live at raceontexas.com as we're back on our way with Doherty Brothers Construction Heat Race number 3.
you know, and that's why, you know, I shout out to Joe Spillman a moment ago, and I mentioned Heather Combs as well because she does a fantastic job. Kind of behind the scenes, you see Joe's videos every day on Facebook and such. Heather gets mentioned, but I tell you what, Heather does a lot for this sport, and glad that she is, you know, she's not at the racetrack. Guess what, Nick? She's supporting the sport still. She's watching on Race on Texas, which in some sort of fashion is going to go back to these racers. Down the back straight, we got a battle for third, shaping up in the turn number 3. Door-to-door in the turns number 3. Pushing, though, is Hardy Henderson of the Harker Heights, and around goes the driver who was at the hub. It was hard to tell from my vantage point who that was at the time.
I got to tell you, Zach, I do believe that Hardy Henderson, correct me if I'm wrong on this one, Tony, Hardy, the points champion at 281 Speedway this year, getting it done. Old Dog still got bite in the 63 machine this year.
Yeah, he started 4th in this one, though, and he's still sitting 4th. He had faded early in this race. A little bit of a bobble. Here comes the Spillman, Joe Spillman, or he's calling the Marble what, Madman?
Marble Falls Madman, Joe Spillman, doing battle right now with Raymond McSpadden, the 48R.
I heard what you said. I just wanted you to say it. You sound good saying it. In the 1. And off the exit of 2, headed down the back straightaway. I'll tell you what, he's living up to his moniker tonight because he's fast and he's Freddy.
And he's Wotech.
That's right. Wotech is rolling around the speed plant right now in the turn number 1. That is a good-looking machine as well. That
absolutely,
blue,
brother. Beautiful race car.
Pretty blue. Double 4 down the boulevard. In the turn number 3, he'll receive the white flag for the final trip around the quarter-mile speed plant here in Elmont, Texas tonight.
7 laps in the books in heat race number 3 for the Doherty Brothers Construction IMCA Modifieds. 1 to go, making about a half a lap for your leader. Fast for Eddie Wotech down the back chute in the turn number 3. Brad Smith and Dean Abbey about to do battle for that second, and oh no, those are both transfer positions. The Lone Star will wave.
He ain't too shabby. Here comes Dean Abbey off the top of 4, and he'll take second at the line.
I'm going to say absolutely.
From my vantage point up here, the 26 did indeed get it. Don Cook?
No.
Don Cook, are you racing the car tonight?
Out of Red Oak, Texas.
And Mike Hathcock in 03. The lights are out. We'll get a name on that driver. And it's D Cook right now.
It's D Cook.
It's the Cook. I don't know if he can cook or not, but I like it.
D Cook. I like it.
And look at Green shoot out of a rifle down the back straightaway.
Absolutely, around the outside.
That's a nuclear weapon right there. Down the back straightaway in the turn number 3. They're going to go 3 wide momentarily. They're door-to-door. Undoubtedly off for 4 for the second spot. Now the front straightaway in for 3rd into turn number 1.
Man, Kevin Green picked up 4 spots around the outside out of turn number 2. David Good Sr. in the 2nd spot. Brandon Hood in 3rd.
As Brad Doty would say with the World of Outlaws, or when he's announcing up in PA for sprint car racing, he's not faking moves, he's making moves.
That's right, he ain't faking moves, he is making moves right now. Brandon Hood, we got a yellow on the racetrack.
Win, but I tell you what, the
20,000
I'm sorry.
Win.
Wait,
yeah.
20,000 to win, but I tell you what, it's like for 7th place still pays like 8,000.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Huge payout for that big modified event next week, all week long at Locust Grove, Arkansas, at the Batesville Motor Speedway, one of my favorite speed plants. It's a big one.
Yep.
It's a big one.
They're the only place that ever held a 100,000 win race. Scott Lucas won 1, and Terry Phillips won the 2nd. I have the $100,000 door panel that Terry Phillips drove in 2005 to win that race in my deal. I wanted to kind of raffle it off and benefit it for the Parker Lee project. I'm going to do that at some point this season. I just got it like a month ago, so it's beautiful, beautiful. As they go door-to-door for a second momentarily, giving a shot in the shorts down the back straightaway to the 13 here.
That is David Good Sr. in the 13G. Brandon Hood in the 1B right now. Jerry Frederick leaving the racetrack a little bit ago. It's still, though, Kevin Green out front. Good working the bottom of the racetrack, making it work right now, Zach.
He knows this track. I mean, he's worked it and combed this place over and manicured it and prepared it for a night of action as he's promoted this racetrack. So down the front straightaway, Good going to get a little bit of a shot here and get a little bit of run from the top side from the black and white number 1B of Hood. Brandon Hood rolling to the outside of the heart of Texas Speedway, but checking out up front is Green with 2 laps to go.
2 to go at the flag stand, like you said, Zach. Flagman Joe showing him 2 more times around. Brandon Hood going to make the move around the outside, take over that 2nd spot. Into turn number 1, top side going to lose it. Back Good going to make it up on the bottom. Here comes Hood around the outside once again.
It could get nasty. For some reason, the 13 of Good slams that door shut at the midpoint of the back straightaway when the 1 gets that big run. But off of 4, he'll separate himself. Off of 4, you get that major run. Off of 2s where you can dive it to the bottom and get the bite. That's what you love to see, though.
Absolutely.
And I like to see that the 1 kind of dropped down to the line. He knew that the line was there, but off of 4, a face full of Lone Star, Super Gas, checkered flag. It'll be the J-Bird Cam chassis number 57 of Kevin Green.
Brandon Hood going to take that 2nd spot. David Good Sr., 3rd and final transfer. What a heck of a show between those 2. Outside of him, going to be the 33C, the Breeze, Mr. Charles Cosper from Belton, Texas. Weston Abbey, the Comanche Kid, in the 12 car. Alongside Wade, the 22X, we got Joe Spillman, Zach Spillman, Claude Estes, Miles, Waringa, Ellis, and Scribner.
Father and son.
Side by
side in this one. How about it? They're still side by side there mid-pack in the turn number 3. They're 3 wide. I love these IMCA stock cars, though. I watch them a lot. Don't get me wrong. I've never announced one of their races. Kind of hard to believe. 10 years behind the mic, never announced an IMCA stock car race.
That is pretty hard to believe.
As we go 3 wide there off of 2, Nick down the back straightaway. They're going to hold bottled up there in the turn number 3. How many do we transfer into the main event?
We're going to be taking 5 to the main event tonight out of each B main to be setting that 20-car field. And it looks like Ronnie Warren getting a little sideways out of turn number 4. Going to hang on to that second spot. Right now, your 5th and final transfer coming under battle. That looks like Weston Abbey. Doing battle right now with the 22 of Waringa.
The drive for 5 is dead alive tonight. You better go, and you got to go now. If you want to get into this race, it's only 12 laps to get the job done, Nick. As we head off in the 1, the battle for 3rd is good, and the battle for transfer is 3 wide.
Wow.
Number 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Spillman.
They were 3 wide at a turn number 2. Joe Spillman trying to make his way up in the 444, getting underneath Wade White into turn number 3. That's about 7th position on the racetrack. Make it 8th right now. Your leader is Aaron Benedict in the 77 machine. Ronnie Warren in that second spot in the 34W. Then it's Charles the Breeze Cosper in the 33C. Weston Abbey in 4th doing battle with the 26J of Husky.
Aaron Benedict looking like that butt whooping that the Kansas City Chiefs put on the New England Patriots up in Foxborough when they lowered the banner after winning the Super Bowl a year ago over the Atlanta Falcons, and one of the most undoubtable and triumphant wins you could ever see in Super Bowl history. But that's then, this is now, as Benedict is rolling that Kansas City Chiefs wrap number 77, the 2 laps to go, or I'm sorry, halfway in, halfway to go, 6 laps, 6 to go, and 12 laps. The affair here.
You can see, Zach, the line has shifted. These guys are running topside in their heat races. Everybody trying to find that moisture down around the bottom of the racetrack right now. Aaron Benedict firmly out front. Ronnie Warren in 2nd. The Breeze, Charles Cosper, racing his way in 3rd. And I tell you what, there's none better as far as I'm concerned behind the wheel of an IMCA stock car here at Heart of Texas Speedway than Charles Cosper. The Breeze, one of the smoothest you'll ever see as the 22 TX, very slow down the front stretch. Gathers it back up and gets it back into turn number 1. Aaron Benedict still your leader with 8 down and 4 to go. The Breeze looking to the outside, Zach. Into turn number 1. Here comes Weston Abbey underneath. They're side by side through turn 2.
Weston Abbey, you know he's got it honest. The brother of Jeffrey, the son of Dean, of course. And that young man, I believe he's only 18 years old now. On the 4, down the front boulevard. Abbey going to go back to the inside here into 1 and 2 and put the heat all over 2nd as they're going to try to go 3 wide. And Weston Abbey wants 2 for the price of 1. The Walmart special who makes some contact down the back straightaway. He'll go to 2nd.
He'll pick it up. Weston Abbey, like you said, getting that 2 for the price of 1. Picking up 2 spots and we come to 2 to go. 2 laps left.
As Benedict has thrown the keys on the counter of this one and checked out like the Kansas City Chiefs have done in their first two games in the 2017 campaign.
I tell you what, Zach, I honestly think that if Abbey had about 2 more laps to go, he could catch him. That's the fastest car on the racetrack right now, the number 12 machine with a white rag in the air.
Yeah, the kid's feeling it. The car's hooked up. It's digging very well right now, but the sand of the hourglass ticked away. Tick-tock goes the race clock. Down the back straightaway with a 77 for the final time. We're going to turn number 3. Jumping that Kansas City Chiefs. All red, number 77. It'll be Aaron Benedict, your winner. Benedict out of Hazlet, Texas, takes the dub in 77 over the Waco Texan, Weston Abbey.
I believe that's Chris Obregon
Yeah.
in the 39C alongside Dennis Bissonette. And second row back is going to be Davis out of Sweetwater, Texas. Kevin Ramey driving KR's car. The green flag's out. We're underway.
Keith White, Rob Black outside of number 3 in the 07. Let's look at this. Throw a blanket right now, or a quilt, if you will. Over 3rd, back to 6th. In the turn number 3, they're going to go door to over the race lead off the exit to quarter number 4, the side by side. But using that outside line of that momentum is advantage leading lap number 1 is going to be Dennis Bissonette. Bissonette, not this familiar 818 factory stock car that he drives. They're 4 wide here at the mid-pack.
Wow, we're mid-pack, 4 wide of the turn number 2. That's where the action is right now, but
Something's
up front.
Gonna give.
Something is going to give. It's going to get wild here. We're 3 wide once again through turns 3 and 4.
I love
Nearly
it.
5 wide. In the Kent Parker Services
Still there,
Incorporated IMCA stock car.
We got one around in the middle, bouncing around like a ping pong ball.
Oh!
And an elbow thrown, Triple H style, into 1 and 2. Do you smell what the Rock is cooking? All before down the front boulevard into turn number 1. 07, now in being, it's
Bissonette out front. Obregon in second spot.
Obregon's in hot pursuit, though.
Ramey in third. Fourth spot belongs to Davis.
Look how
And then-
hard. Sorry, Nick.
No, you're good. Look, I mean, seriously, though, look at how hard Obregon is driving that car into turn number 2, or turn number 1 right here.
You know I love you, brother, as you read my mind. It's exactly words verbatim what I was going to say. Obregon's just able to drive his car much deeper into the corner, but does it matter as the yellow waves?
Oh, the yellow flag going to come out, so we're going to get our first caution. Jennifer Ketterman turning a big 3-0 tomorrow.
Oh,
well,
man,
your life is officially over. You are on the downhill slope, girl.
I turned 29 November the 5th. Remember the 5th of November. Off of turn number 4, the 07 out front with the race lead.
Dennis Bissonette leads him to the green flag and into turn number 1.
Speaking of Bissonette, he's got some big wins at 281 in Stevensville this season. And we got them all bottled and bunched up.
We got a cluster of them down the backstretch. We've got one with some serious damage. Looks like we're going to get another yellow as that car not able to make it down to the bottom of the racetrack, and I can't see the number from here.
Awesome.
We are going to get a yellow for sure. Heather said that Joe acts like he's 14, so maybe he's got a driver's license now on his birthday.
He's like 27 then. Off the 4. We're back underway. Gas is put through the firewall. And B-main number 1, or 2 rather, of the night. The top 5 race fans, we got contact there. And the battle for transfers are heated all the way up. They're going to go 3 wide, nearly there off the exit 2. It takes out. They're still door-to-door here for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. There.
That's Robert Black and Kevin Ramey. That was for a transfer spot. Yep. Black is going to go around.
And that's what you can kind of expect as this show rolls on throughout the rest of this race is when you know you have a shot to get into the race and you're right there, you say you're 6th, 7th and transfer and you're battling 3 wide.
Green flag about to come out for B-main number 2. Once again, 5 laps complete, 7 laps to go. Whoa! Look at this. That looks good right there. Thank you, Miss Amanda Ziegler, for everything you do for us here at the racetrack at Heart of Texas Speedway.
Yep, shout out to Amanda. As we are heating all the way up for the race, they're going to go 3 different lanes wide and all over, flank to the left rear and to the right rear corners. Into turn number 1. And the battle for transfers heated up there side by side. And back into 1 and 2 off the exit 2 down the back straightaway. It's still Bissonette with the race lead, like I said earlier, at Stevensville's 281 Speedway. Presented by CNS Promotions all season long. Bissonette's been the man with the gun in his hand, firing bullets. Up front with race leads all year long with multiple wins over there at 281 as they got a elbow thrown here for 2nd. Down the back straightaway. Bissonette still leads the herd in the turn number 3, but the battle for transfer is heating up in the turn number 3, Nick.
It's Caleb Crenshaw and Obregon doing battle for that 2nd spot. Zach and Captain America Keith White now in the 4th spot, battling for 3rd.
Back into 1 and 2. Off the exit 2, down the back straightaway. Look at this battle for transfer. They're 3 wide for it. And a big run down the back straightaway. It's hard to tell, Nick, from my vantage point, even though I just got glasses this week trying to get adjusted. Those are 3 wide for transfer off of 4. I can tell you that much. And what a move.
Wow. That is Stephen Orbaugh in the 99 XXX on the bottom of the racetrack. That's 6th spot right now on the track. Sitting in the 5th and final transfer position is the 55 machine. As we come to cross, 2 to go. 10 down, 2 to go, ladies and gentlemen. The battle is heating up for the top spot. It's still, we got a yellow on the racetrack again, Zach, with Orbaugh around in the 99 XXX.
Big buff guy.
Oh,
I'll tell you in a minute.
Lights are out, ladies and
Jeff
gentlemen.
Hammond.
Jeff Hammond, B-main number 2.
Almost called him Jeff.
Going back, green, 10 down, 2 to go. Top 5, transfer to the big dance tonight. Dennis Bissonette once again leads the field down in the turn number 1. It's Caleb Crenshaw in 2nd. Obregon is 3rd. Keith White 4th. And a 35 machine rounding out the top 5 right now. That's your 5th and final transfer spot. Look at Stephen Orbaugh on the bottom of the racetrack, Zach.
Yeah, he drove that thing deeper into downtown Dallas, Texas, and you could drive it. Off of 4, down the front boulevard, only 1 more trip around the speed plant to get the job done in this one, race fans. Off of 2, down the back straightaway. Oh, the caution waves again. We got 1 stuck and facing the front straightaway wall.
Yep, 1 car stopped on the front stretch here.
Here comes the train.
This time down the back chute, Dennis Bissonette still out front in the 07D. Then it's Caleb Crenshaw in the 6C. Obregon 4th right now in the 39C. Captain America Keith White sitting in the 4th position in the 5th and final transfer spot, the 35 of Riddle. Out of Oak Springs, Texas, the green flag waves, and we're underway.
Backing away here at the Heart of Texas Speedway, off the exit of 2, down the back straightaway.
Bissonette still out front in the 07D machine. Crenshaw right there on the tail tank. Coming out of turn number 4, the white flag going to be in the air this time by 1 lap to go. One lap to go for Dennis Bissonette. Caleb Crenshaw second. It's Obregon in third. Keith White fourth. And Riddle rounding out your top 5 transfer positions. Final time into turn number 3. Going to be the checkered flag, the Lone Star. Going to wave this time over the number 070, Dennis Bissonette. He'll take the win. Then it's Crenshaw, Obregon, White, and Riddle. Going to round out the top 5. So, ladies and gentlemen, the field is set. Trevor Egbert going to be inside the second row in the 78 machine from Salado alongside Michael Walker from Alvarado in the 34.
Mike Dillon out of McKinney, Greg Teskey out of Princeton, Rick Henry, Colby O'Neill, Nathan Hagar, Jim Knight, Dean Abbey, Jarrett Adams out of your field as we head them off in the 1 and 2. The green flag waves in front of your field as we go at it hot and heavy in turns 1 and 2. Nick Robbins here, B-Mate number 1 for the next Outlaw Modified.
That's right, B-Mate number 1 brought to you by Tay Motorsports, the Touring Outlaw Modified Series being led right now by Charging Charlie Smith. He's going to lead lap number 1 and at 12. Right behind him, it's Rutherford in the second spot. On the bottom of the racetrack, it is Trevor Egbert in the 78 machine. Look right in the high side around though, 34 machine, it's Michael Walker. Started outside the second row, battling with Rutherford for that second position, Zach.
3 wide off of 4 there momentarily. Here comes Egbert. Last year he was in that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles entry, or maybe that was 2 years ago, but here comes Walker now going to pressure 3C of Charging Charlie for the race lead.
Charlie Smith sliding up the racetrack just a little bit out of turn number 2. Zach left the door open for Walker in the 34 machine, but slams it out of turn number 2, going to lead lap number 3.
They head off into 1. The great door-to-door battle there for third continues between the PSC number 9 of Rutherford at a Flower Mound of the 78 of Salado, Texan Egbert. But I'll tell you what, Walker is working and wheeling. He's dealing in that 34 machine all over the real tail tank of the 3C of Smith in the 1 and 2.
I tell you what, Zach, you need to be looking at the 26 of Dean Abbey.
Yeah, baby.
He started dead last on this field and is working the high side of the racetrack trying to battle it for that 5th and final transfer spot. We got a side-by-side shot for the lead.
For the race lead off the exit of corner number 4, using that outside line maybe to his advantage. I don't know, that low side's coming in well. We got a racy part of Texas Speedway in El Mont tonight, baby.
Smith trying to hang on to that top spot, got to keep it out of turn number 2. It's Rutherford now knocking on the back door as we come to halfway. Zach, 6 down and 6 to go.
Off of 4 down the front boulevard, 6 in, 6 to go, 50% complete in this one.